I don't have any insightful comments or witty, clever jokes to make for this intro, so I'm just gonna make you guys jealous. In 3, 2, 1. Sorry. Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to MaffmanJones Movie Reviews. I'm your host, John Maffio, and today's featured movie is Christopher Nolan's latest directorial feature, Interstellar. This movie stars Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, Michael Caine, Casey Affleck, and Jessica Chastain. This film takes place in the near or distant future. It's never fully clarified. Earth is dying, people rely on crops to eat food, and the children of the current generation living on Earth is supposed to be the last generation on Earth because it's that near brink of extinction. So what's left of NASA recruits Matthew McConaughey to go to space with Anne Hathaway, Wes Bentley, and some other dude, some black guy, I don't know his name, I'm sorry, to go into a wormhole near Saturn to discover that one inhabitable planet to keep the human race flourishing and surviving. And that's all I'm going to say, because if I say anything more, I'm going to either sound like an idiot because I don't really understand much of quantum physics and relativity, or spoilers. This is the first movie in a long time where I just watched it and I thought about it for over 48 hours. It wasn't a film that I could absorb in one full night. It had a lot going on to it, and it's very ambitious in ways that succeed and ways that don't. And it's a movie that will be divided among critics and moviegoers alike. Talking about the performances, everybody does a good job. There's a lot of actors in this movie, but the people I want to talk about most are Matthew McConaughey, who is the lead, and he gives a riveting performance, and you have to buy into this character because this character is going to space, and he's doing it for his daughter and his son, who are really young when he goes into space. You have to be able to buy his motivations for leaving Earth for these kids and trying to save the human race. He has determination, he has the emotion, and he has the will to survive. Anne Hathaway, who is normally very hateable among a lot of people for some reason, I never hated her, but she does some of her best work in this movie. It's more subtle and subdued in comparison to other roles she's had in the past, but she does a great job of delivering her dialogue in this movie. And then we have Mackenzie Foy, who is the young actress of the movie who plays McConaughey's daughter. When she's like, I don't know how old this girl is, but like she's in like every movie ever. She delivers emotion at that age, and I bought it without even hesitating. I didn't even think that she was a child actress. I thought she was a girl who was worried about her father. The music by Hans Zimmer is incredible, but you know what? That's something that everybody could say. Hans Zimmer is one of the best composers out there, but he's composing everything these days. But when I say that this score is truly different and inspiring from him, I truly mean it. It's something that I wouldn't expect from him, from the kind of music he makes as a composer, and it really is something I would love to listen to. It's a very futuristic and bombastic soundtrack. And finally, the visuals. This movie is packed, jammed, with some incredibly awe-inspiring visuals of outer space. Gravity was pretty crazy last year, but this movie really takes that realistic approach of showing the beauty of space in comparison to Earth within the film, which is very bleak, brown, dirty, and just disgusting. Space is absolutely beautiful. Now it's time to get into the crazy stuff. The narrative, the story, everything that makes Interstellar what it is. This film is almost 3 hours long, and it's a story that involves a lot of technicalities, a lot of science, relativity in relation to time, quantum physics, space, wormholes, all that stuff. And there is exposition out the motherfucker in this movie. It's trying to be an accurate representation and portrayal of what would occur if we really had to leave our planet to go search for another planet that would help us survive. And when you have that, you gotta show a lot of exposition. And Nolan is like the master of exposition, even if it may come off really, really forced and weird. In this movie, it feels more natural, but at the same time, some of the stuff that goes on in this movie, exposition-wise, audiences elsewhere might be confused by this movie in ways, and it might distract and detract from their experience. If you buy into everything that these characters, these intelligent scientists are saying, then you will go with the movie pretty well. You'll enjoy it, and there are other things that go on that you might not enjoy, but if you're not going along with the ride, it's gonna lose you. It'll become more of an endurance test rather than a fun experience for you at the movies. The film also has a lot of themes, so these characters have to go into the wormhole to find planets, and they're doing something that is pretty much almost a suicide mission, but they have to do it for the sake of our planet, otherwise our planet's just going to die. And that's a great story, and the fact that Matthew McConaughey is a father leaving his children behind, and you have that emotional arc behind the film, giving it heart, is also very riveting. But there are parts in the movie where it's trying to balance the science with the emotion, and it doesn't really mix well. Sometimes the emotional beats that are trying to make you, very sad, it didn't hit me like I thought it would. Also, one of the main things that is within the heart of this film, literally speaking of the heart, love. Love is a big circulatory thing in this film, and it surrounds all of our characters, it surrounds the story, and I mean, without spoiling things, love is very important. And I really admired how ambitious the story was and what it was trying to convey in terms of love, but I didn't fully buy it either. There are parts where I was so riveted by it, but other parts where I was like, okay, this is kind of weird and stupid. For the most part, you could believe most of the movie, but then towards the end, something really, first of all, it's very visually stunning and very amazing, and I was very shocked how the film unraveled by the last 25 minutes. But at the same time, where the narrative goes in its final act was really out there. It was really peculiar and strange, and some people are gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? From my experience, I was personally engaged from beginning to end. I was invested the whole way through, and I really, even though I have nitpicks and flaws with the actual film and the story and narrative, and some of the dialogue as well, I was in it. My friend who I saw it with wasn't really into it, and there were moments and instances where he was totally lost and out of it. There are going to be people in the audience that are going to be like my friend, and people in the audience that are going to be like me. It's going to be a divided film in that sense, and I love it for that. After thinking about it for 2 days, when I first got out of the theater, I just kind of liked it. Thinking about it now, as I'm reviewing for you guys, I think Interstellar is, in ways, a great movie, but at the same time, a decent movie. But I think its ambitions overshadow its flaws, and for that, it's one of those movies that you have to see. Interstellar is a performance powerhouse, a visual powerhouse, but narratively, a meandering experience that has strikeouts and home runs. Interstellar is a movie that I was going to give a 3 out of 5 to originally, but now, after thinking about it for 2 days, Interstellar is a darn good movie. It's a 4 out of 5 stars, despite its flaws. But I want to know from you guys, turning the tables, what did you think of Interstellar? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out Facebook, Twitter, and Wheel of Film in the info box. Pretty please. I'm John Maffio, aka MaffmanJones, and I promise I will never go to space. Jesus Christ, no, screw that. I'd rather die on Earth. See you guys next time.